soulful shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, some soulful shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. There's some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thugs in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Yes, people, what's going on, man? It's G. We are back in the building. Guys, apologies for one of the videos I dropped yesterday. I think the audio was acting up. It was acting up. So I don't know what that was. Might have just been my mic or whatever. But hopefully in the end, I re-uploaded it. So yeah, hopefully you guys were able to watch. That was the Mamadashvili video. Liverpool, of course, making that signing. Today, we're here to talk about a little bit about Stefan Bajcetic. Yeah, listen, you go away for a few hours, you miss everything. You actually miss everything. So yeah, today we're gonna just rap about that for a few minutes. Obviously I want to drop my opinion, my thought kind of take on this whole situation that's kind of just erupted in the last like 7, 8, 9 hours since a certain team became involved. But please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you guys think in terms of today's topic in regards to Stefan Bajcetic? Where should he actually go? Heck, is there a third team that you guys think that he should potentially move on loan to? As always, guys, please make sure you do smash that like button. Please make sure you share and subscribe to the damn channel. Let's get up to 2K, man. That is what we're on the road to, man. But yeah, man, listen, look, Stefan Bajcetic, we've seen in regards to him leaving the football club, we've seen Pep Linders, obviously now managing Salzburg. Apparently, RB Salzburg, they were in advanced talks to sign Stefan Bajcetic on loan from Liverpool. This would have been a nice little gift, They've already got Bobby Clark as well. I think they have actually been monitoring, a few of our other players. So, it just would have been like good for someone like Stefan Bajcetic. And this is on the, so we're talking from the perspective of Salzburg side, right? You go there, we already know the situation with Stefan Bajcetic. Look, the guy's been injured, obviously, basically for the last like, what was it, like 12 to 18 months. Basically missed the whole of last season. I think he played that one game at the beginning. And that was like the Europa League. I remember it was in the purple kit and he was playing like right wing back or inverted right back, whatever. He was playing on the right, hand side. And yeah, didn't really see him after that. I think he may have appeared at the end of the season. To be honest, I didn't even bother watching the last 2 games for Liverpool. So can't remember if he played in those. But more importantly, I think when you're talking about Stefan Bajcetic, yeah, it's such a weird one because, listen, I think just in terms of him as a player, I think he's calm. I genuinely do. I think, yeah, he's nice at what he does in terms of, he's really good at this half turn stuff, decent dribbling ability, passing, it's all right. But he's obviously he's a developing player. He's young. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not trying to put too much onus on him, but also as well, I do think, and this is just my humble opinion, people, I do think that we kind of over exaggerate his talent level. It's crazy. And obviously we're going to get on to a certain team being kind of in for him. But listen, in that 22-23 season, this was obviously his heat map for that season. He played in a team that consisted of Fabinho, Henderson, James, Milner. This was like the worst versions of these players, right? Now, not to take anything away from him. Listen, you got to take your opportunity whenever you can take it. Where if someone ain't performing, someone gets injured, and you can slot in there, my guy, go and do that. Go and do that. So there's nothing wrong with him being able to take anybody's position, at that time. I felt at that time anyway, though, because of what we were lacking, he provided everything that we were lacking, in that season. in terms of the energy, in terms of, the bite in midfield, the enthusiasm and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, he's still, well, he was obviously, even younger, but he was still young. So again, I'm not expecting him to be Lamine Yamal. I'm not expecting him to be of the Gabbies, the Pedris, the Musialas, the Jude Bellinghams, and all of these kind of guys. Like, I'm not expecting, not everybody can be these kind of guys. I get that. But I almost felt like Liverpool fans were talking from a perspective that he was that. And I just never, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to be the only one, and you already know the vibes. But I don't see that, and I've never seen that. I don't think he has that kind of talent level. Do I think he could go on and become a very good player? Of course I do. Of course I do. I definitely think that there's a role somewhere. Where that role is, I don't really know. But obviously, because it all depends on so many different factors, in terms of how the team are doing, et cetera, et cetera. When you look at the squad depth for the team at this current moment in time, look at that midfield. And this is something that I see quite a lot. Obviously, this is with, Chiesa, new Liverpool signing, being thrown in there as well. Look at that midfield. 6 midfielders that have been named. None of them are called Stefan Bajcetic. None of them. So, I get this whole myth that people keep telling, like, people keep talking about, which is the game time. No, there'll be enough games. There'll be enough. Listen, look, obviously I don't know, because I don't know what Slot's going to do. I don't know how Slot's going to necessarily play it when it comes to like cup competitions, when it comes to how much he rotates the team, and all that kind of stuff. Obviously we'll see that, towards, well, we'll start seeing it, in the middle of the season when the Champions League kicks in, Carabao Cup. I think Liverpool have just been drawn with West Ham in the Carabao Cup. So of course we'll see, what happens there. That's probably a good indicator, because then it's a strong team, Premier League team, who can easily defeat you. So you're going to want to play a strong enough team. So it'll be interesting to see, obviously, as I mentioned before, with the Champions League and all that kind of stuff, right? So we'll find out. But more often than not, I mean, I know people like to use the old, but when Pep had, Jesus and, Bernardo Silva and all these guys, and we've seen how he drops one in and brings the other guy in. That's absolutely absolutely fine. And if Slot is someone who's going to do that, then by all means, But also we've seen with a lot of these players, they all end up leaving Manchester City. Why? Because they all want game time. So it works for about a season, 2 at a mad push, and 2 is with the ones who come off the bench more often than not. Do you get what I'm trying? Heck, there was a period of time when, Cancelo was benching Carl Walker. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then there was murmurs about him wanting to leave, until Carl Walker then, came back into the fold, etc., etc. Guess what? Cancelo is on the way out of Manchester City. So again, these things, yes, they can. I'm not saying, obviously, we focus season by season, right? So I get all of that, but these things last for about a season before people just get fed up. No one wants to sit on the bench. We all know that. And I get it from a fan's perspective. It's all about, you want to fight for this, you want to fight for that, you want to win all the trophies, and, etc., etc. Don't think too far ahead. It's all really about the here and now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And ultimately, Slot needs to create a winning side. You don't create a winning side by rotating every 2 seconds. The guy has just walked in through the door. But I almost feel like people think he's been here for 6 years. So guess what? He's been here for 6 years with more or less the core group of players, and they're used to him constantly rotating. And on top of that, we know what that rotation does, i.e., we know that Manchester City, the reason why they rotate, the reason why they do all of these things is because it helps them win. We do not win, guys. Let's stop the foolishness. Let's stop the foolishness. We're not in that kind of position. So we don't know what that looks like for Liverpool. Every football club is different. But I almost feel like people keep thinking of it from a place of, yeah, don't worry, man. He's going to rotate. We've got a sick Carabao Cup team. We've got this, we've got that. Who knows? Who knows? I've seen the second team. If I bring the team up again, I've seen it. I've literally seen it. Is that team good enough to win against West Ham in the Carabao Cup? Obviously, I don't know. I could say yes, they could be, and they could go out there, slap them 6-0, and job done. For all I know, West Ham drop their play. Like, who knows? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I guess it will, again, we'll just have to wait and see. It's not even necessarily even about whether they can win or lose. It's just more about are people going to just potentially be happy with the roles that you're giving them? You look at the attack and stuff like that, especially the attack with 6 players, but let's take out one in Salah. The other 5 players are all definitely looking, thinking, brother, I need to play. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now, of course, there is the competition, you know, you got your earn your way, and of course you do. You need to earn your way into the squad, but there's also squad hierarchies. There's also an understanding within that, because again, like I said, we're not all Manchester City. We don't all know that, okay, cool, well, we're likely to win this league, so we understand that we are playing a part of something. I'm not saying that Slot cannot create that. I'm not saying he's not going to happen, but I'm just saying right now, just for me personally, the way I look at it is that it does look a tad bit, I don't want to say unrealistic, but it just sounds a little bit like wishful thinking at the bare minimum, if I'm being totally honest with you. Also, there is the possibility we get knocked out of the Carabao Cup. So there goes your game time. There goes Keller playing another game. There goes, you know, a Gomez or potentially a Simicast, or, you know, all of these people. There goes their game time, in terms of obviously the Carabao Cup adding a lot more game time. So yeah, I don't know, like the game time thing. I don't know. I feel like people think this is Football Manager at times, the way that they speak about it, but it is what it is, obviously, in that regards. But of course, as I mentioned before, you know, Barcelona have kind of come in the 11th hour, you know, trying to get him, you know, on loan. Fabrizio obviously putting up him. Can confirm again, there's no buy option clause included in the proposal. The current bid is a straight loan, €4 million fee. Bajcetic would return to Liverpool in July of 2025, but the club talks ongoing. Salzburg are still waiting. I think, you know, this is one of them situations where Salzburg just got to understand, hey, little bro, like, you just got to chill for a sec. You know what I'm saying? The adults are talking. It's literally one of those. Unfortunately, not to be disrespectful to Salzburg, not to disrespect them in that kind of way, but come on, Liverpool, Barcelona, we're talking about the adults here. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you're going to wait. You know the ones that you're definitely going to wait, kind of thing. And to be honest, you're going to have to, just because this is probably more important. And also, we need to figure out, what does he want to do? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, what does he actually want to do? Now, his father has actually come out, you know, and spoken. He said, look, we didn't expect Barca to enter the race. We were all ready to go to Salzburg, but we still don't have any info on what's going to happen. I'd like Stefan to play for a top club like Barca or same Liverpool. He's ready for top clubs. Like I said, the adults are in the room, they're talking. So you're just going to have to just wait your turn, Salzburg. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Really and truly, Salzburg's whole thing is based upon whether or not Barcelona, you know, can pattern it up. And, you know, from what we see, there's obviously James Pearce posting this out, or, you know, saying this. Thiago has apparently spoken to Stefan Bajcetic about a move to Barcelona. So, like I said, the adults are talking. The adults are talking, man. You just got to chill. You just got to chill for a sec. You'll be able to jump in if Barcelona say so. And again, you know, it's not even about not even sounding harsh. I couldn't care less about Salzburg or Barcelona. You know, too tough. Do I even want him to go? Because I know Barcelona, obviously, they had an injury. Is it Bernal? I didn't even realize. Yeah, he's obviously got an injury. So of course they're looking at something else. And I know people are looking at it thinking it's whether, like, where do you go? You know, do you go Barca? Do you go Salzburg? Honestly, listen, the main deciding factor will always be game time, right? It will always be, will it be able to get the game time at Barcelona? Because obviously they're the better and bigger club. But then, of course, you just go Barcelona. But of course, we all know that if he goes to Salzburg, I mean, let's keep it a buck. There's no guarantee either club that he goes to, he gets the game time anyway. He might not be good enough. He might stink it up. He might get injured. Like, there's no guarantee he even gets the game time going to Salzburg, for example. So, you know, again, this is what I'm saying. Is that obviously he'll get more of a chance, I reckon, of course, at a Salzburg, you know, kind of thing. And we all know, I mean, unless he rips up at Barcelona, the reality is they're just waiting for Bernal to come back. And then from there, it's between those two kind of thing, obviously Gavi and all these kind of things. So, you know, there's a lot with Barcelona kind of thing. And I know people are saying, oh, they're worried, oh, if he rips up at Barcelona, then he's going to go there. I wouldn't even be too fussed and worried about all of that kind of stuff. I'll be honest, like, to be real, we've seen Barcelona are in their own problems as it is. So that's not really something that I'm too focused about, to be honest with you. And as I said, you know, when you're looking, you know, specifically, as I said, at our own squad depth, there's not even a Tyler Morton added into this. I don't know whether he's staying, whether he's going. So you can throw him in, obviously Trey and Yoni as well. That's another player who's obviously going to be added into like the first team every now and again, you know, kind of thing. Like I said, bro, like Bajcetic, this brother was never gonna play, man. That's why I don't understand that people like we should just keep him. Like, keep him for what? Like you want the guy to get game time, and now you're saying let's just keep him. Keep him to do what? To just what? To warm, what? To help with pulling out the cones and that when the first team guys are playing. That's loose, man. You might as well just like me personally. I don't care where he goes. I probably actually more prefer Salzburg, to be honest. You know, Barca just, you know what I mean, but like, I prefer if he just went to Salzburg, go and get the game time, go play some football. I couldn't care less about the league. I've seen some people speaking about in terms of obviously playing in a weaker league. I don't think it matters. Like it's not like you're asking man to play in freaking League Two or something, and you know the level's considerably low. Like it's not that deep. He just literally needs to play football. We're at that stage, like play football at a decent enough team who are good at developing youngsters. There's so many different like aspects of it that you need to kind of understand. It's not just about, oh yeah, let's go to La Liga, play for Barcelona because it's Barcelona. Da, 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 da. What? So the pressure of going to Barcelona first and foremost, knowing that if you fuck up, then that's it. That's you back to the bench. Obviously, whoever potentially might come back. We know that Barcelona are already going through their own transition and all these kind of various different things. And you want to give that pressure to the kid, bro, you're better off just going to Salzburg. There's less pressure over there. Less pressure, man. You know what I'm trying to say? A good environment. You know some of the staff already, obviously having previously worked with them. For me, to me anyway, it just seems like a no-brainer. Just go to Salzburg, bro. Just literally go to Salzburg, man, and then pop it from there kind of thing. Leave Barcelona. I mean, leave them alone, man. But Barca just, yeah, Barcelona are just Barcelona, to be honest with you. They're on their own kind of thing. I don't really get them. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comment section in regards to, you know, Stefan Bajcetic. What do you think he should do? Where do you think he should go? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the other side.